Welcome to Chuck's Guitar Geekery. Today I'm checking out the Phenyx Pro PTG-11 wireless guitar unit. It's a pretty affordable unit with some pretty professional features. But first, let's have a jam track. Why not? Alright, so let's talk about it. This is one of the wireless units. It's got this desktop sort of receiver, but it also comes with this fancy carrying case that comes with a rack mount for it. So you can put it in your rack if you have a rack system. And if you do that, it comes with little extensions for the antennas, and you can have it in your rack. Phenyx Pro is not paying me for this video, but they did send me the unit to check out, so definitely thank you to Phenyx Pro. I will have links below. I will have, it will be an affiliate link to their website, but if you use that link to buy one of these, it will be an affiliate link. You'll get a percentage off if you use that link. I get a little kickback. You help this channel out. It's also one of the ones that comes with these fancy little rechargeable units. Now, I want to get into the benefits of a rechargeable wireless system because I gigged for years with the kind where you just put AA's in it, or 9 volts, and it never failed. At least 1 gig every couple months, I would run out of batteries in the house because it would take, you know, a whole gig, which for me was 4 hours. Played 4-hour gigs with, you know, a couple breaks here and there, but I would play it and I would have to stop at a gas station or something, you know, whatever was in between my house and the gig, because it'd be like, oh man, I'm out of batteries. That gets expensive. Rechargeable batteries, you just charge it, which, I mean, everyone has these, I forget if it's micro or mini USB, but it comes with the cable for charging it, but you can just charge it in your car on the way to the gig. And what I would do is anytime you aren't playing at the gig, have it plugged in, just in case. But according to the owner's manual, you can get 8 hours of playtime out of a full charge on one of these. I actually put that to the test. I got about 5, which it wasn't all in one setting. I'd have to turn it off and on because who has 8 hours or 5 hours to sit down and play? It's just, I put an app on my phone to track the time, and I got about 5 hours until it got to the point where it wouldn't connect to the unit. So I think the battery was low enough. I don't know what happened there, but I recharged the battery and it worked again. And then at a gig, I would just have the plug on stage, and if you take a break, you know, between sets, just go ahead and plug it in. Better safe than sorry. But, you know, I got 5 hours out of it, so I would feel comfortable with that. In the range, I honestly didn't test that to its fullest extent. It says it can go from 165 to 175 feet tops, you know, clear line of sight. I did walk around my house, which, you know, maybe, I don't know, I think at the furthest point, I actually walked outside and I could still hear my amp going inside. I'm in the basement. So that was probably like 80 feet, but it was also through walls and it was still coming through, albeit with a little bit of a lag. But any wireless unit where you're going through walls, there's going to be a slight lag. Standing here in the same room with it, I'm not noticing any lag time at all. It's immediate with the pick attack. So now let's get into the features of the unit itself. You know what? I'm just going to start. I'm going to turn it off. I'm going to turn the wireless, transmitter off. Which, yeah. I'll keep my tuner on for now, so turn it on. Notice whenever it says mute there, that means this isn't connected. So turn it on. Put it there. It's connected now. Turn my tuner back on to connect it to the guitar. turn that reverb down a little bit. Now you can also, I think they do sell a package where you get an additional one of the transmitters, but I think you can buy more transmitters. Editing Chuck here, I just realized I misspoke on a few of the specifications, so I figured I'd jump in here before I posted the video to make sure they're accurate. According to the manufacturer, you can have up to 30 transmitters hooked up to the receiver at the same time. That should be a feature that you can, if you have a bunch of guitars on stage and you like to switch them quick, it should help you do that. So anyways, back to the video. So when you do need to set the IR, you just go to this one, which it's already set, so it's going to automatically switch. You can change the frequency, which it has an auto sweep, so it will choose the best frequency for the room you're in, whatever the strongest frequency is. And usually once that's set, I mean, I've played cheap wirelesses all my life, and I've never really had interference issues. So here you can switch, when you see the channel flashing, that's when you can choose which channel you're using. Now another nifty feature is it also has a noise gate built into it. They call it the squelch feature, which, let's get into some distortion. You can't really turn the squelch feature off. You can only go switch from a level of 1 to 9. And while you're switching it, oh, there it goes. So I'll set it at 1. So let's check the fade on this at 1. See, this unit, I will add, it adds that little bit of white noise. You kind of hear it when you palm mute. But I would argue in a live setting, that would just kind of blend into the background. Like it would just blend in with the snare drum rattling as you're playing. If you're playing with a real drummer, I know more people are getting electronic drums these days, but with the real drummer, that just blends into the background. Let's also check, let's go up to 5 on the squelch. I don't really hear it cutting off like a typical noise gate does, so let's take it all the way up to 9. Okay, it doesn't really cut off like a hard stop like a noise gate does. Frankly, I'm not even really noticing it cut out when I'm playing. Let's try it too. And then, I guess, to round out the features, on the back of it, it has a 1/4 inch out and it has an XLR out, which for a guitar, I'm not quite sure what I would use an XLR out to. I guess some multi-effects units, that could be a cleaner signal. Then it also comes, these are extension cables for the antennas. And it also comes with a 1/4-inch cable with it, but it also comes with a 1/4-inch cable that has a mini adapter. So I'm not quite sure what you would use that for. I guess if whatever you're plugging your guitar into has a 1/8-inch mono mini. I don't know. It's a fancy carrying case. So the power on it could be powered from a 12 to a 15 9-volt at 500 milliamps. So I think there are a lot of Pedalboard power bricks, you know, the more higher end ones will have those type of outputs. So you could mount this, you know, under your guitar pedal board. And the antennas come on and off pretty easily. So when you're putting it in your case, you can just take the antennas off, put it all, you know, either in your gig bag for your pedal board or have this carrying unit. And then when you get to the gig, just screw the antennas in and you're ready to go. And just hope no one steps on it. I've played a lot of crappy dive bars. You got to be careful with stuff like that. The question I could see people asking is, how does it sound compared to just having a cable plugged in? So let's test it. I'm going to start, you know, fairly clean, neck, single coil, tele pickup here, and let's go back and forth. The amp is an orange terror stamp. And now the cable. And now back to the wireless unit. Another feature I forgot to mention here is it does have a volume control. So you can turn. I think I had it all the way up at the beginning there, but maybe that's a little louder than a cable. So let's kick on some distortion here with a humbucker, and let's see what that sounds like. And now the cable. And now back to the wireless. I'm just going to ring it out again so you can hear the difference in the white noise that comes in. Okay, so what I'm hearing back to back is the wireless is actually a little darker than just the cable going straight in. I think it has a little more low end, but here's my argument for why that's not necessarily a bad thing. Because you have to think of your rig as one whole unit. It's not just any little component of the rig. Your rig and the sound that people are going to hear is the culmination of everything. So I think as long as you just set the tone of your rig with the wireless unit you're going to be using live, that's fine. I mean, darn near most pros use wireless units, and their rigs are just dialed in with those wireless units. I know some manufacturers will say, yeah, but ours sounds exactly like a cable. But as long as it's what you use to tune in your rig, there's no problem there. And if you have to switch to a cable and make some minor adjustments, you have to switch to a cable and make some minor adjustments. Like I said, I've used a lot of cheap wirelesses over the years, and that's just part of using it. So, anyways, I think I've bored you all to death at this point. I will add that Phenyx Pro is not paying me for this video, but they did send me the unit to check out, so definitely thank you to Phenyx Pro. I will have links below. I will have, it will be an affiliate link to their website, but if you use that link to buy one of these, or they have a whole bunch of wireless mic systems, they have a more affordable one where both the transmitter and the receiver look like this. I kind of want to check that one out next, but it'll be an affiliate link. You'll get a percentage off if you use that link. I get a little kickback. You help this channel out. I'll also have affiliate links they sell on Amazon too. Sometimes it's cheaper there, but either way, definitely I think some professional features. You know, if you're using a rack mount system and you can mount this in your rack, it makes life a lot easier. Or you can mount it to your board, or you can have it on top of your amp. Any way you slice it. I think this wireless system is definitely good bang for the buck. And like I said, they're not paying me to do this. I'm giving my honest opinion here. Yes, it adds a little bit of noise. Yes, it sounds slightly different from my cable, but as long as you're dialing in your rig in a live environment, I think it'll sound great. So anyways, please subscribe. Please hit the thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, I think that's all I got on this one. So until next time, cheers.